What's up guys, my name is Brandon and welcome back to the 68th Jailbreak Update episode, and we have some more good news to talk about today. So in this episode, we're going to be talking about Ian Beer's newly released exploits for iOS 11.4 and 11.4.1, what they mean for the future of jailbreaking, we're going to be talking about Saurik, and more. So as always, if you guys have not watched the last episode or the last two Jailbreak Update episodes, make sure to check those out. They are linked down in the description below, and they're also up in the cards right now if you did miss those. But anyways, let's go ahead and get into this episode. So just as promised, Ian Beer released his iOS 11.4.1 exploits on Google's Project Zero site, and along with that, you can see right here, there is an interesting write-up called Deja New. And on this write-up, you can see that Ian Beer says, this blog post revisits an old bug found by Pengu team and combines it with a new, albeit very similar issue I recently found to try to build a perfect exploit for iOS 7.1.2. And then he goes on to discuss the old Pengu exploit and basically how it all ties in with this present day iOS 11.4.1 exploits. And it's actually a pretty interesting read that you should definitely check out if you are into security research or if you're just curious about the nitty-gritty details behind these exploits and behind these proof of concepts that Ian Beer tends to post quite frequently nowadays, it seems like. But that's not all that Ian Beer published. You can also see here on Chromium, this is the actual POC, the proof of concept, and it's titled iOS kernel stack memory disclosure due to failure to check copy and return value. And then he does explain it some more and says, tested on iPod Touch 6G running iOS 11.3.1, but looking at the kernel cache, it seems to still be there in iOS 12. And he wrote that a few months back, but just yesterday, he confirmed that it's actually patched in iOS 12, as you can see here from this comment, meaning that the vulnerability only exists in iOS 11.4.1 and below. Now, Ian Beer also published this one right here titled iOS kernel UAF due to bad error handling in personas. And he describes this vulnerability and how it gets exploited, so it's yet another interesting read if you actually understand basically how everything works on the back end. And you can see just yesterday he did confirm that this vulnerability has also been patched in iOS 12, saying, quote, this issue was fixed in iOS 12, but not mentioned in the bulletin. Apple assigned CVE 2018-4337, but have not updated their bulletin to mention this. So it is pretty interesting that Apple did not note this one, but nonetheless, we do know that iOS 11.4.1 is vulnerable since it did get patched in iOS 12. And by the way, the reason that a lot of these things got patched in iOS 12 is because a lot of these exploits and these vulnerabilities were found during the beta stages of iOS 12. So a lot of things did get fixed when the final version got released, and Apple went through and fixed a lot of these vulnerabilities, patched these vulnerabilities up before the public release. And then finally, Ian Beer also published another POC titled iOS/macOS sandbox escape due to mock message sent from shared memory. And this is the one that was talked about in the write-up I talked about at the beginning of this video. You can see here he says, quote, this issue has been fixed in iOS 12/macOS 10.14, but Apple have not assigned a CVE or mentioned it in their security bulletins. So once again, pretty interesting that Apple did not take note of this whatsoever, but nonetheless, we do know that it exists thanks to Ian Beer. So yeah, we got 3 proof of concept exploits from Ian Beer, but what does this all mean? Does this mean we're going to be getting a jailbreak soon? Is this going to aid in a jailbreak? What's actually going on here? Well, first of all, it is awesome to see that Ian Beer published these exploits, these vulnerabilities, these proof of concept exploits, whatever you want to call them. It's awesome that he decided to publish these and release it to the public so everybody can see. However, unfortunately, these are not going to be enough for a full 11.4.1 jailbreak. Because like I said, these are just proof of concept vulnerabilities. They're not actually like proper kernel exploits. We need a proper full kernel exploit to jailbreak 11.4.1. And once we get such a powerful exploit like that, we can probably plug it into an existing jailbreak tool and have it updated to support 11.4.1. Something like the kernel exploit that Umang plans to release for iOS 12. Something like that would be powerful enough to have a jailbreak on 11.4.1. But just because I said that, do not update to iOS 12 if you're on 11.4 or 11.4.1, because iOS 12 doesn't have anything right now. I mean, until Umang releases his exploits, we don't have anything for iOS 12, but we have a lot of things now for iOS 11.4 through 11.4.1, so stay put if you're on those versions. And you guys already know I will be updating you with the progress of the 11.4.1 jailbreak. I'll let you know when a kernel exploit gets released, a proper kernel exploit gets released, and of course when the final jailbreak gets released as well. So definitely stay tuned for those upcoming videos, because an iOS 11.4.1 jailbreak and an iOS 12 jailbreak are definitely around the corner. Now switching over to Saurik. So it seems that Saurik may actually be active in the jailbreak community once again. So you can see here that he actually just recently updated the debs folder for Cydia. Now, I wouldn't get too excited about this, but I just kind of thought it was interesting to see that it was updated with the timestamp of October 2018 because we haven't heard from Saurik in so long. But like I said, it could just be, a backup. It could just be changing something minor. It doesn't necessarily mean we're going to get a new Cydia update or, something like a new jailbreak from him or anything like that. I just wouldn't get your hopes up, but I still thought it was interesting enough to let you guys know. Now, if you guys are on Electra or if you're using the new Uncover jailbreak, I actually just posted a tutorial for Uncover, the jailbreak from Pwn to Own. If you missed that, it will be up in the cards and down in the description below. I uploaded it earlier this week. But anyways, it has been updated to version RC8. So if you were having issues with it, definitely go ahead and download the updated version and see if that fixes your issues. I'm actually using Uncover right now on my iPhone 10 and it's working great. It's definitely better than Electra, at least on my iPhone 10 for now. So once again, if you were having issues before, try this new version. I will have it linked down in the description below along with my tutorial if you missed that. So definitely check it out if you are having issues. But anyways, guys, that's pretty much it for this video. I just want to talk to you guys about the new exploits from Ian Beer, the new proof of concept vulnerabilities from Ian Beer, and how they're pretty much not enough for a full jailbreak just yet, but still stay on those versions if you want to jailbreak in the near future. Again, we are also waiting on Umang to release his exploits for iOS 12. I will be making another jailbreak update video when those do get released. But for now, no matter what version you're on, just stay put. Stay still until we get more news and more exploits and potentially news of an upcoming public jailbreak. But anyways, guys, thanks for watching the video. I hope you did enjoy it. Make sure to hit that thumbs up button if you did. Also, make sure to subscribe for a lot more upcoming jailbreak update videos. So thanks again for watching, guys, and I'll see you soon.